and then I'll ask you my first question. So.
Okay, sure.
Great.
You're ready.
Okay. All right. Okay. So if you could start by just saying your name and who you're playing.
Hi, I'm Dennis, and I'm playing Jim, the gentleman caller.
My name is Annie Scurria, and I am playing Amanda.
Okay, I'm Brian McEleney, and I'm playing Tom.
Hi, I'm Mia Ellis, and I'm playing Laura in the Glass Menagerie, of course.
The play is written from the standpoint of someone who has emerged from the cauldron of that family and is speaking about that experience from some distance, but he's also in many of the scenes in real time, playing scenes with his family members.
She grew up on this plantation with a lot of servants and land and money.
I think she has a great love for her brother specifically, and I think it's because he has a bit of bravery that she doesn't have or doesn't have the tools to sort of connect to and possess.
He shows up for dinner at the Wingfield apartment and has an unexpected sort of burst of sort of romantic possibility with Laura.
Do you know how many instruments you're actually playing in the show?
Not sure yet. So far, it's like 6. Nothing crazy. So yeah. This.
You know, there's a part in the play where Amanda realizes that Laura thinks about things a great deal and thinks about Tom and his heart and what he's feeling and what he needs. And I think as a sister, she understands that there's a part of him that needs to get out of this place, that needs to escape, and that at some point he probably will leave, and what that will cost him and what that will cost her.
The unexpiated sin that he's dealing with is that he left his sister behind and that he never really took care of her. He saved himself and let her go.
It's all about survival for her, I think. It's all about how is she going to get these kids off in their lives.
Laura is...
He's like this athlete.
She's domineering.
He's this super charming guy.
Oh, she doesn't see her children for who they are.
There's one line in the play, he says, it doesn't take much intelligence to get yourself into a nailed up coffin.
She is such a lovely character.
He's taken a public speaking class, so he's very conscious about how he presents himself.
But who in hell ever got out of one without removing one nail?
She has my heart.
I can see all the way in which she's actively hurting her chances of getting what she wants.
And Laura's that nail. She's the one he destroyed to save himself.
But has so much happening in her world that I don't think she's allowed to respond to in a way that she needs to in order to grow as a person.
But when I am acting her, I can only see what I think is best and really go for that.
And I find that he actually seems to me like a very sensitive person.
And she has 2 children who are not equipped to survive in the world. It's kind of a miracle that they survived this far, the 3 of them. I don't know. It's like they're just on some planet Amanda.
I'm very interested in trying to break those patterns of processing. It's one of the reasons I do theater, is to try to break those patterns, to interrupt them, to create enough noise that people go, what? What's all the noise, at least? Just to wake up and go, what's all the noise? Why is this being so noisy? So I do use noise. What I'm always trying to do is take text and to cultivate and develop imagery. Sometimes the imagery is in counterpoint to the text. So I'm trying to create a resonance. When you get something that's hot enough, what happens is story, and I literally think of it this way. I think of it as story starts to stream off of that image. We create these streams of dreaming because I'm very interested in activating the audience's capacity to dream into something. You have a fantasy about things. And And I'm also very interested in encouraging the audience to change their minds about what it is. So I try to create these moments where it's like, no, that wasn't it. So as soon as someone makes up their mind about, oh, I know what it is, I'm trying to actually interrupt that and say, no, maybe it's not that. Because I'm just trying to provoke them going, oh, maybe it's that. And that's enough for me. If they get all the way to the other side of, oh, I know what it is, I feel like I've lost them. I let them off the hook. Because as soon as you get, I mean, you saw what I did. I know what it is. You get that. And I'm trying to create an experience where I don't even know what's going on, but for some reason I'm leaning in. I'm leaning in.
In order to, in fact, fulfill the playwright's intent, he wanted to create a theater that was not expected or not comforting, but raised real questions about what is our relationship to the theater? What is an audience's relationship to the theater? What do we want them to just go out feeling, kind of warm and fuzzy and good about themselves, or that we want them to actually engage with big questions about life and sexual identity and what the American dream costs, because everything is at the expense of something else. So I think that he's really taking a very, very bold approach to creating a kind of theater that is much more expressionistic.
There's a commercial on TV where a couple who's dating is sitting across from each other, and the man reaches his hand out slowly and very tentatively, and then the camera cuts to him ripping off his shirt and running across a plane. And then the camera cuts back to the hand going a little bit further, closer to the girl's hand. And then the camera cuts to him running and jumping off this cliff. And then the camera cuts back to him touching the girl's hand. And that's kind of what I think we're trying to do, is to get the external reality, but also to get the emotional reality of what's happening. You hear the lines that are talking about people having a dinner, and yet what you see is how manifested physically what people are feeling about it. Does that help?
It's great.
Good.
Yeah.